Today, we are going to build some incredible apps with Claude Code and Claude Opus 4.5, the greatest AI model I've ever used in my life. We're going to build it together. I'm going to walk through best practices with Claude Opus. I'm going to walk through best practices with Claude Code. You're going to learn. You're going to laugh. You're going to live, laugh, love. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time. So lock in. I'm going to pull open Claude Code for desktop. We're going to build some cool things out. We're going to build an entire app and launch it that you guys will be able to use. I hope you had an absolutely beautiful Thanksgiving. Let me pull open Claude Code now. We are going to use the Claude Code desktop app because I believe it is the best way to use Claude Code right now. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me pull this open. Let me pull this open for you right here. We're going to share our screen lock in. Let me know what you guys are building in Claude Code. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. How we doing? Good to see everyone today. If this is your first time in the live stream, hope you're having fun. Introduce yourself into the chat. Say what's going on. Say what you did during Thanksgiving. Say what you're building. Introduce yourself. Honestly, Claude is the best. I think Claude has been the best since Claude Code launched back in February. I think with Opus 4.5, the lead has never been bigger, to be quite honest with you. The lead has never, ever, 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 ever been bigger since that. Let's see here. Which app are we working on today? We are working on the Vibe-coded App Store, unless, of course, the last few live streams, a lot of things have just been dropping. Vibe coding platform, Vibe App Store. Here we go. Vibe App Store. So we are going to build out our Vibe App Store. We're going to do it. Can we do it locally? Let's do it locally. Okay, here we go. Open. I gotta open it on here. We're going to do that. The last few streams, they've dropped new models on each of those live streams. I'm going to pull open the Vibe coded App Store real quick, and we're going to start building it together. Vibe App Store. Here we go. These filter by activity, time range filter. Okay, I got that going. This is in Vibe App Store. Let me do this. Just setting this up. It was a long Thanksgiving weekend. Let me do this. I'm going to go back to full screen while I pull this open. Have you tried Replit? I have tried Replit. I group Replit in the group of apps like V0, like Bolt.new, where they're good. They're good. But you don't build your full app with it, right? It's like a good prototyping app. You know what I'm saying? It's a good prototyping app. But I wouldn't specifically, like if you're building a full end-to-end app, then, you know, I'm going Claude Code, or I'm going Codex, or I'm going Cursor. I'm not building out, Replit. It's good if you want to get a prototype, or if it's your first time. You know, we're actually going to do this in, we're just going to do this in Claude Code. I'm struggling to find the folder. So we're just going to do this in Claude Code in Visual Studio. Build. Here we go. And let me pull open, while we do this, let me pull open, we're going to do Claude. So I'm going to do this in the CLI. Let's run this so you can see what we're building here. So let's see what we got here. We are building a Vibe-coded app store where you guys will be able to submit the apps you're building to it. So you can get exposure, your first customers, you can discover other new apps, things like that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. So this is the Vibe Code App Store. Your apps will appear here. You'll be able to discover new apps. I'll have kind of a social network deal to it. You'll be able to interact with other builders, interact with other Vibe coders. It will be a lot of fun. Let us start building this out. It appears the project might have been paused in Supabase because we've been testing a lot of models lately. We've been testing a lot of models. So let me make sure this is unpaused inside Supabase. This is our first time building in Claude Code on the live stream in a while. Vibe App Store project is paused. Resume project. Confirm resume. Here we go. How's everyone been? I can't lie, this really doesn't look good, but respect for being able to make an online hosting app system. Hey, Sirzo YT. Well, good thing is it's a work in progress. The good news is it is a work in progress. It is not launched yet. So we're going to build it out. We're going to improve some of the UI. But I appreciate that feedback. I appreciate you coming on to the live stream and letting the world know what you think about the UI. Sirzo YT. Request, can you show us the ask user question feature in the CLI? Yes, well, that's all done through the plan mode. So we'll do some things in the plan mode. Why Claude Desktop over VS Code? That's a really good question. The reason why we do Claude Desktop over VS Code is because you can multitask. You can multitask very easily. Let me show you what I mean by that. You can boot up multiple agents all at the same time and work on separate projects. So I got all these different projects and agents working at the same time on here. Oh, here we go. Here's the Vibe App Store. Perfect. And I can give them requests and then they go off and work. And then I can work on multiple, you can see I'm working on multiple apps at the same time. I'm giving different commands to different, for the same projects. A lot of cool things going on. I really like this Claude Desktop app. I really think everyone should be using it. It's excellent. Allows you to multitask, allows you to quickly switch back and forth with the chat agent, so you can ask questions to the chat agent. Here we go. Now this should be working. Bada bing, bada boom. Yes. Here we go. What if I use 10 billion coder? Is it better than Opus? No, nothing's better than Opus 4.5. There is nothing better than Opus 4.5 right now. There's no model better than Opus 4.5. I want to build my own local AI lab. Like I want to buy a couple 4090s and build my own AI lab and run local models. My one concern is like there's just no models better than Opus 4.5 for coding. So I would use it for not coding. I'd rather spend $200 a month on Claude Code than get a worser model for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want the best model. I think it's important for accelerating that you have the best model. Do you like Replit? I like it for what it is, which is more of a prototyping tool, right? You build the first prototype of your app. I wouldn't build a full end-to-end app in it. It's not easy for building full, complex, big end-to-end apps, managing your apps. But if you're new or you're building prototypes, then yeah, Replit's good. GPT 5.1 for AI Copilot Manager or Claude Desktop for convenience. It's a good question. I still believe after extensive testing this weekend, that Chat GPT 5.1 thinking is the best AI Copilot. So for chatting, ideating, coming up with new ideas, I do believe ChatGPT 5.1 thinking is the best ideating business planning model, better than Claude Opus 4.5, but Opus 4.5 is the best coder. So you have they're not far off. They're not far off. I can actually show you an example. You always want me to show you kind of the tests I ran. Let me show you the tests I ran to come to the conclusion of why I like ChatGPT 5.1 thinking as a business planner better than Claude Opus 4.5 as a business planner. I'll show you exactly why that is. The tests I ran, and you can run these same tests to see what's best for you, because maybe you like the output of Opus 4.5 for business planning, but I still like ChatGPT 4.1 thinking. Here we go. I'll show you why. So I was planning my local AI lab I'm going to build. I'm going to buy a couple GPUs. I'm going to build my own AI lab. And so I went to AI, and this is like a classic case for AI for me. When I go in, I say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Can you help me brainstorm new ideas, different things I can do? I gave the same prompt to 5.1 thinking and Opus. So here's what I said, been learning a ton about ML lately, and I want to put my learnings into practice. Thinking about building my own local AI lab, a lab where I can run local models or do some other cool machine learning stuff. I'm also a big AI creator on YouTube and X with 55,000 subs on YouTube and 320K on X. I feel like I can make cool content about this. What do you think? What are some cool ideas, cool things I can do with a local AI lab? And so here's what Opus gave me. And this is all can fit on one screen, what Opus gave me. This is a fantastic idea and plays right into your strengths. Your audience of vibe coders mostly interact with AI through APIs. Showing them under the hood local experience could be genuinely differentiated content. Here are some compelling directions. And it gives me like 6 or 7 ideas with 1-sentence description of each. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see what 5.1 thinking gave me. Same exact prompt. Short answer, yes, this is absolutely worth doing if you treat it as research and development and content engine, not just a flexy GPU box. If you do it right, the local AI lab can be, and 3 descriptions of why it can be powerful. Then it gives me a reality check. It tells me why this probably won't be worth it if I do it only for specific things, but it is worth it if I do these things. Then it gives me a deep dive on a bunch of ideas, like a truly deep dive on a bunch of ideas. Personally, in my eyes, this is a much better response than what Claude Opus gave me. I like the detail. I like the formatting with the bullet points. Some people complain about the over bullet points with ChatGPT 5.1. I don't mind them. I don't mind them. I think it looks great. It's like it was just brutally honest with me about what I do first. No hardware corn yet. Before arguing about dual 4090 versus whatever, I defined 3 flagship lab projects. So like it is honest with me. It's like if you're gonna waste time, don't do it. Don't do these things it's gonna be a waste of time. I like 5 points. So in my eyes, 5.1 thinking is still a better AI copilot than Claude. So with that in mind, should we think of new, let's work on the UI. We had one guy in the comment section chirping, they don't like the UI, they think it's ugly. So let's do this. Let's go back into Claude. Let's go back into Claude Code and let's work on the UI. We're going to use the new UI skill. There's a new user interface skill in Claude Code. I don't know if people are aware of this. There's a tweet somewhere that one of the project managers shared that has this Claude skill in it for the UI. I'll share that out. It's in one of my videos. I'll put it out in the comment section. But it's better. It makes it better at creating UIs. So we're going to do that. Here's what I like to do first when starting a new chat. Oh, I bet. Sorry, I got to fix one thing. The YouTube Studio screws up my live stream sometimes, or it limits who can chat because by default, it makes it kids first. It makes it so it has to be kids safe by default, which makes 0 sense to me. Okay, here we go. We're going to turn monetization on automatic. They screw at me. YouTube Studio screws at me sometimes. I got to save some things. Okay, here we go. Claude Opus does a great job. What would have taken 1 week or more with Sonnet's worth of work took about 2 days of Opus. Yeah, Opus one-shots the most incredible things. You want to see something they just one-shot? It's so sick. I did it this morning. Opus one-shot some amazing functionality for me. It built out in one shot inside my app creator buddy this new AI button down here. So you can see down here, first of all, it looks fire with that spinny border. It says, see what's working. You click it. This is all one shot. You click it. It shows you 5 AI questions you can ask the AI. So what this AI does is it's trained on all your tweets, knows every single tweet you've ever put out on X, and it gives you 5 questions you can ask. What topics work best? What makes my top tweets work? What hooks grab attention? What formats crush it? What emotions drive engagement? Then you can click it and it automatically analyzes all your content and gives you not only an answer to that question, but also template tweets you can immediately tweet out. The AI will write it based on your content in your own voice. Opus one-shot this last night for me. Look, so what topics work best? Platform, algorithm insights, Claude code tutorials, motivational AI opportunity posts. And then it gives me 3 tweet ideas based on what has worked for me in my own voice. And I can click add to composer and tweet it out. Opus one-shot that. And like the formatting is great. The way it looks is great. Everything, Sonnet 4.5 wasn't doing this. Sonnet 4.5 wasn't doing this. Let's work on this UI. Let's make this prettier. I'm not a UI designer, but you know who is a UI designer? Claude Opus 4.5. Let's go in. Opus is not available with the Pro plan, right? Have to get Max. Yes, Opus is only available with Max. But here's the thing. It is easily worth $100. Like, easily. Easily. If you care at all about building or AI or anything like that, it is the best $100 you'll ever spend. I'm not joking. And Anthropic isn't paying me. Anthropic, I'd love if you paid me. Anthropic, if you're watching this, pay me. All I do is promote your products. But Opus 4.5 is worth $100 easily. How are you handling Stripe setup? Do you let Claude do all the work? Yes. Stripe is pretty complex in my eyes for setup if you're not that technical. You have to do webhooks and you have to do a whole bunch of things. So yes, you have Claude set up the entire Stripe integration. It'll walk you through it. It makes it very easy. Love your content. How much would it have cost to build an app like that before AI tools like Claude Code exists? Good question. I get this question a lot, right? So a year ago, how this whole kind of vibe coding journey started for me is a year and a half ago, I started building this app you see here, Creator Buddy. I discovered Cursor in like June or July 2024, a year and a half ago. I'm like, wow, this is pretty incredible. And I start building this app out that analyzes my tweets. I want an AI to analyze my tweets. So I start building this app out with Cursor, eventually transitioned to Claude Code when that came out. And I've been a programmer my whole life. I've always wanted to build this project, but it would have took me years to do. I've tried to do it before. It took me years. I start this on Cursor and then Claude Code. Took me like 4 months to build out by myself. No, I didn't hire any developers, didn't write a single line of code. Built this out 3 to 4 months, launched it. It's now making $300,000 a year. And as I was building it out, I started creating content on YouTube, started tweeting about vibe coding and AI. So I started documenting my journey. I think this is the best path for everyone here to take if you want to build apps and make money on it. This is the absolute best path to take. Start building it out. Build an app that just helps you, that you want to build, that helps you out, right? I wanted to build an app that analyzes my tweets with AI so I can make better tweets. And as I was building it out about a year and a half ago, I started documenting my journey. I started talking about what I was building, how I was building it, why I was building it, and tweeting about it and creating YouTube content on it. And my audience exploded. And then when I launched the app in January of 2025, this year, I made $100,000 ARR in the first 10 minutes. We had $200,000 ARR, I think, in the first, 2 days or first 2 hours, and then $300,000 ARR, I think, in 2 weeks after that, right? Because I was documenting my journey the entire way. Because I was sharing what I was building in content. So it doesn't matter if you don't like making content, like you have to do it. If you want to be successful with this stuff, if you want to build and launch apps and have customers day one and make money on this, you should be creating content. I think Twitter is the easiest way to do it. X, as they call it. I think we'll call it Twitter forever. Apologies to Elon if he's watching. I am told Elon does watch these streams. Tweeting is the easiest way to do it because you can write a couple sentences and send it off. But YouTube's the highest reward because there's the most people on it. And it's video, so people can build relationships with you. Like me and you right now. We're building relationships right now. We have a relationship. Me and you, we have a relationship. I'm realizing that even though I'm retired, since I still value my time, I should consider going to the $100 a month plan. I'll hire guys to do work what I could do. Just save the $100 a month for Claude Opus is going to save you hours. How much do you value? Here's a little exercise everyone on this live stream should do. All 78 people. Speaking at all 78 people, leave a like down below. Need likes on the video. Likes on the video so that we can grow the party, get the party bigger, get more people in the chat talking to each other. We learn new things. We all get better when everyone leaves likes. You get smarter. For every like you leave, you get smarter. Exercise for everyone in the chat to do right now. Think to yourself, how much is your time worth? Right? How much is your time worth per hour? What is your hourly rate? You should know what your hourly rate is. Right? If someone were to hire you right now, how much would you charge per hour? My hourly rate I have in my mind, just overall, is $200 an hour. If I could get something or purchase something that saves me an hour of time and it costs $200, I'm going to buy it. So for me, Claude Opus, it saves me probably 100 hours a month on building because it's so smart and so fast, 100 hours. So to me, 100 times 200, right, that is $20,000. Is my math right? 100 times 200? Yeah, $20,000. I would spend $20,000 a month on Claude Opus. But to me, it only costs $200 a month. So that's a pretty good deal. So what's it to you? What is your time worth? Would you spend $100 to save a few hours a month? I think that's an incredible deal. Even if it only saves you a few hours a month, $100 a month is an incredible deal. So you can't think of Claude as like just another like subscription like Netflix or Amazon Prime, right? Things that you just consume. It's something that saves you time, man. And money if you were to hire other people. Have you tried Trey and can compare it to Claude? I don't know what Trey is, but I get 10,000 spam emails a month from their sales team trying to do sponsorships, and I report spam block, report spam block, report spam block, report spam block, report spam block every single time, and yet they still keep sending me spam emails to try to sponsor videos with like affiliate deals. I don't do affiliate deals. So I don't know what Trey is. I think the odds would be that you're probably part of the sales team as well, Don Huby. But I get 10 million spam emails a month from this company, so I will never use them. I will never work with them because of the spam. I hate spam. The last way to get me to work with your company is to spam me. Let me see. Let me check my emails. Look at this. Look at this. I highly implore everyone here to never use whatever tool this guy's talking about. Trey, never use it. You think I was joking about the spam? Look at, I go through, I report all this as spam and block. And yet they look at all the different people that sends me these emails. These have to be bots. Look at this. I don't know what this tool is, Don Huby, you're talking about, and I've never used it, but I'll say this right now. It's the worst AI tool on planet Earth, and nobody should be using it. I will never work with this team. This is not how you do it, by spamming 100 different times. Can you believe this? There is no way a legitimate business interacts with people like this. There is no way legitimate businesses email people like this. Just 10,000 times from 100 different accounts. This is BS. Never use that tool. Trey, never use that tool. Ever. I get 1,000 of these a day. I get 1,000 of these emails a day from not just from Trey, but from other scammy AI companies. It's ridiculous. I hate companies that work like this. As I was saying, you got to think about what your time is worth. And for me, Claude saves me so much friggin' time. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. Never use Trey. Worst company ever. You should make an N8N agent do that for you. Report spam block. I'm not into N8N. I don't like canvases and nodes and you do this. I don't think that's the future of interfaces. What's the difference in GPT 5.1 Codex and GPT 5.1 High Reasoning? Codex is their model that is built for coding. High Reasoning is not. It has to have the word Codex in it, but OpenAI has always had the worst naming conventions with high Codex, high this, high that, high Codex. I want to redo the UI of our app. I heard Grok will get better than Claude in coding in about a year. Agree, completely disagree. What are you talking about? Where did you hear this from? What makes you think this, Jack's crazy stories? What makes you think this? Let's take a look at the benchmarks. Should we take a look at the benchmarks? And for the record, I'm a big XAI supporter. I love XAI. I love Elon. I love everything they're doing. But at the moment, Grok is not it. ChatGPT told me. Okay. ChatGPT told me. Oh, okay. Got it. Sounds good. The benchmarks are not looking good for Grok. Grok has a lot of improvement. 9 out of 40, 16 out of 40. The current king is 33 out of 40. So I don't know how Opus 4.5. Opus 4.5 is the king. It's the king. How about this for a vote? Would you guys rather see me continue build out our app in Claude Code? Or would you rather see more benchmarks of like anti-gravity, Gemini 3 and anti-gravity, and GPT-5 Codex? Would you rather see benchmarks of those models inside Codex, inside anti-gravity, or would you rather see me keep building out the vibe-coded app store in Claude Code? And I show you different things in Opus 4.5. Vote in the chat right now. Which one would you rather see? Benchmarking of the harness tests or building out apps in Claude Opus? You can't say both. What kind of answer is both? That doesn't make it. You can't say both. It's one or the other. Code, please. Benchmark, separate tests. Oh, so like separate tests, build. Okay, I think a lot of people are saying build the app store. Oh, now we're getting bench. We're like half and half. App store. All right, we're going to continue building the app store. We'll do benchmarks. We'll do benchmarks on the next video, maybe the next live stream. Real artist ship. Let's build. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's improve the UI. All right, I'm happy people are saying coding. I'm happy people are saying coding. I want to redo the UI of our app. So for those curious what we're about to do, let's redo the entire UI. I'm going to show you how to improve UIs of your app. Benchmarks are BS anyways. I have been using Opus 10 hours a day since it came out. All right, good. I like that. Claude Opus is the best for planning backend and troubleshooting. Gemini 3 Pro is slightly better for front end. Oh, that could be an interesting thing we can do right now. We could try rebuilding this UI in Gemini 3 and Opus separately, but I don't know how to do that separately. We're going to redo this UI. So we're building out this Vibe Code app store that has a bunch of apps, a social feed, trending discussions, things like that. But what we're going to do is this UI stinks. It's hard to look at. We're going to redo this entire UI. So I'm going to go into Claude Code and we're going to redo it. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, by the way. Media assets. Put on some background music so you guys get a little bit of vibe going here. Okay, I want to redo the UI of our app. First, please review our app to see how it works. It's important when redoing the UI, and you're doing this in a new chat, that the AI understands the context of the app, what the app is, what it does, all of that. So before I redo UI, I always say, just take a look at the app, make sure you understand how everything works. We're gonna do this in plan mode. I want to redo the UI of our app. First, please review our app to see how it works. Think deeply about the purpose of the app and what the experience for the user should be. Then think about ways we can make this UI way better and cleaner. Use the UI skill, UI design skill. For those who don't know, everyone should be doing this if you're using Claude Code. There's a UI designer skill that you need to install. there is a UI designer skill you need to install. It's right here. I'll share the tweet out with all of you. But you install this skill, which is very easy to do. Very easy to do. You type this in a Claude code, and then you type this in a Claude code in the CLI. It installs a UI skill. Now all the UI it builds is going to be way better. If you continue using the CLI, you have to say explicitly use the skill. If you use Claude Desktop, I find it's much better at just automatically using the skills. Use the UI design skill to come up with new designs. Give me a few options for design languages. And we're going to do this in plan mode. And I'm going to send this off. And it's going to start working. A bit loud. The music's a bit loud. All right. There we go. I turned it down. Thank you for letting me know. I'm a programmer with over 20 years experience. I rate Claude Code at least $1,000 an hour. Yeah, I mean, I think Claude Opus is the first AI model that's senior level. Before this, I thought every AI model that codes was like intern or junior level. I think Claude Opus is the first senior level coding agent. I really believe that. So $1,000 an hour might be underselling it well. I answered that question. What's the difference in GPT? I answered that question. You should make an NAN. Didn't know if you knew this, but for $100 Claude plan, you can use Opus Claude model, Claude Opus 4.5. What are you talking about? I use Opus. Is that like a new, different model that's not default? I always use GPT-5 high reasoning instead of GPT-5.1 codecs for a long time, to be honest. Am I stupid? Well, I don't want to call you stupid, but codecs is their coding model in GPT. So if you're going to use codecs, you want to use the coding model. Let's go into codecs while we're at this, huh? Can we close out of some of this stuff? How do I close out of some of this stuff? I want to close this out. How do I just... Yeah, whatever. It's kind of crowding the screen here, don't you think? Whatever. Hide this. All right. Codex has just got an upgrade. Codex is now powered by 5.1 Codex Max, our latest frontier agentic model. Try the model now. All right. Let's see how they update. Include recent files and other context. Add context. Let's talk with, so we got Codex open on the left. Let's talk with Codex while Claude Code builds. So let's just test this out for planning purposes. I'm going to ask you questions about our app. Please take a look through it first and get a basic. So this is a really cool way to use Codex, where you can use it as your co-pilot AI CEO in the same way. If you're using the CLI, Claude Code CLI, you can use it to chat with over here on the left. So we got Claude Code open, the CLI over here, right on the right. Use the skill, front-end design skill. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Use that design skill. What if I can't afford $100 for Claude, but $20 for Codex? Can I develop effectively with Codex, says Corson? 100%. 100% Corson. Corson, Codex is very, very good. A year ago, if they would have released Codex, everyone's brains would be melting out of their head. But let's be honest for a second here. And for the record, I love OpenAI. I do. I love OpenAI. I love ChatGPT 5.1 thinking. I think it's the best chatting model of all time, even including Opus, Gemini 3. I think 5.1 thinking is the best straight up chatting business planning model out there. But Claude Opus is by far the greatest coding model to ever exist. And it saves you a ton of time. It saves you a ton of effort. So the question is this, of course, and obviously I don't know your financial situation. I don't know what your life is like. I don't know what goes on. You might be, you're probably in a situation I probably will never be able to understand in my life, right? And people shouldn't be judging finances. But if you can afford the $20 for Codex, I would highly, 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 highly recommend trying to find a way to save $80 in other parts of your life so that you can afford the $100 for Claude Code. Because the upgrade you're going to get is going to be amazing, right? And it's going to save you tons of time. It's going to save, again, hours, right? How much is your time worth per hour? Because it's going to save you hours. So here's what I would do, Corson. Do you have Netflix? And this might be overstepping my boundaries, but I'm going to go there anyway because it's my stream, so it is what it is. Do you pay for Netflix? That's $20 a month. Cancel it. Done. What's Netflix adding to your life? Nothing. Cancel it. Right? Do you pay for HBO Max? Another $20. Gone. Cancel it. Who cares? Doesn't add anything to your life. You don't need to rewatch Succession. You don't need to rewatch The Sopranos. Cancel. It's $40. So we have $40 more we need to find. How often you drinking? You drinking a few beers a weekend? You going to the bar? Cancel one bar trip. One bar trip a month. Cancel one bar trip a month. Boom, there's your second $40 at least. Saved. $80. Boom, now you can afford Claude Code. Find the things in your life that aren't pushing you forward, that aren't pushing the rock forward, that aren't pushing you, making you better, that aren't making you 1% better a day. Find those things and cut them out, Corson, because we are living in a moment in time that is potentially the most important moment in time in human history. The last time we had a moment like this is when cars were made and the oil industry exploded and the Rockefellers and all these people that got into oil early became super rich dynasties, right? We're in that moment right now, where if you get in on this early and you build cool things with Claude and you build cool things with whatever, and you launch apps and you create content, and you build an audience, you're going to be early on the biggest gold rush in the history of mankind. So if you can, you just need to find a way to save $80 a month so you can get Claude Code. You need to. You got to find a way. Find those things where your money, maybe you have kids and I don't understand your situation. You have 5 kids, you live in paycheck to paycheck, then fine, I get it. Use Codex instead of Claude Code. You can get away with it. But if you don't have 5 kids and aren't living paycheck to paycheck, try to find a way to get that extra $80 a month so you can get Claude Code. So you can save time to time. You can be early on this. You can be early on this gold rush. You know what I'm saying? Claude will eventually lose the coding battle. Eventually. They don't have the compute of the other companies, says Jack's Crazy Stories. Jack's Crazy Stories, if it came down to pure compute, was the deciding factor, then why is Claude ahead at all, at any point? They've never had the most compute. So why is it for 10 straight months now, Claude Code's been number 1? Google has more resources than everyone. I do not believe Gemini 3 is better than ChatGPT 5.1. I do not believe Gemini 3 is better than Opus. If it came down to pure compute, why is Claude Code ahead at all? I don't buy this all. I think this is oversimplistic. I think you're making it oversimplistic. Oh, compute, they're going to win. You're oversimplifying. Every one of these companies has different strategies. Claude has gone all the way in on coding and coding only. They clearly are doing something different. There's more to this. There's more to the success of AI than pure compute. There's more to it, and it's obvious. Can I do what you're doing with Codex as effectively? As effectively, no. But you can do it. You have to put more effort in, and it may take more money. Claude Opus is great at okay, here we go. Let's see what front end options we have here. I'll answer this question in a second. Let's see what front end options we gave here. I've outlined 5 distinct design language options. Here's a quick visual summary. Option 1, editorial text, sophisticated gallery like The Verge plus linear. I kind of like that. Neo-brutalist. I'm not sure if I'm into the brutalistic thing. The brutalist anymore. Everyone's going brutalist. I want to zig when others are zagging. Soft tech, warm approachable, calm, like Notion or Stripe. Glass spatial, like Apple Vision Pro or Vercel. Retro digital. I'm thinking like editorial tech, sophisticated gallery like The Verge or Linear. Sophisticated and content forward, serif headlines, magazine layouts, apps feel like curated editorial pieces. Bold and unapologetic, chunky type, hard shadows, overlapping elements, energetic and live. Soft tech, warm and round corners, soft colors, gentle shadows, welcoming and trustworthy. Glass spatial. I think I'm going to go editorial tech for design. And we can always, they're giving us more options. This is what I love about Claude Code, by the way. This is what I love about Claude Code. This is what makes Claude Code the best. I've been in contact with the Google team, the Google anti-gravity team. They liked my video I did on anti-gravity last week. And so I've been giving them a bunch of feedback. And I'm like, listen, anti-gravity, incredible UI. But there's something about the way Claude Code talks to you that just, I can't switch full-time to anti-gravity just yet because. And this is one of those examples where I just said, hey, let's revise the UI. And I hit enter. And now it's taking me through this questionnaire, this multi-step questionnaire where it thought deeply about the different options it's giving me, right? And then I choose an option and it branches off the questioning. And like no other AI builder does this. No other vibe coding platform does this. This is what makes Claude Code so good. This is what I love about it. What mood should the app convey to builders and explorers? Professional, incredible. Feels like a serious platform for serious builders. Trust and authority. Exciting, energetic. Discovery feels thrilling. Every app could be part of the next big thing. Fun and playful. Browsing should be enjoyable, personality, and delightful manner. Premium exclusive. Feels like a curated gallery, the best quality over quantity. I think I like exciting, energetic. Let's submit those answers. I just love that thing. I love that workflow, like asking me questions as we go. By the way, as we're doing this, I just launched, what was it? 3 days ago now, the Vibe Coding Academy. The Vibe Coding Academy. I probably should put the link. I think the link is down below. Link down below in the description. Full Claude Code Masterclass, full community. We do multiple calls a week. We're going to do a call right after this live stream ends. I'm going to talk to everyone in the community, give them, vibe coding tips and tricks. You talk directly with me in calls. What can be better than that? Vibe Coding Academy, link down below in the description. Vibe Coding Academy, link down below in the description. Check it out. We're doing a call right after this live stream ends. Full Claude Code Masterclass too. Full Claude Code Masterclass. So it is building out the UI. I like the unbiased in your content, something that is not all content creators' videos. Yeah, listen. Like, I've had sponsored videos before. I did a sponsored Replit video a few weeks ago. I'm going to do a sponsored Flow With video this week. I take sponsorships. But all the sponsorships are is I take a look at your app. I can say whatever I want about it, negative, positive, whatever. And it's only the one-time partnership, right? Like I'm not going to pimp you every video for 20 videos, right? And so all the opinions you hear from me are unbiased, even in the sponsored videos, completely unbiased. And also, for the record, the sponsored videos, I clearly say are sponsored multiple times in the video. There's a lot of AI sponsored people out there that break the law and do what's it called? They don't disclose it's a sponsored video. This is the biggest issue in AI right now is a lot of content creators do undisclosed advertising. They do sponsored content and don't say it's sponsored. I will tell you the brutal truth about every tool, every model I use. I'm not being paid by Anthropic. I'm not being paid by OpenAI. I'm not being paid by any of these companies. Claude Code's the best at the moment. And I'll tell you when tools stink. Anti-gravity, I think, is the best IDE, right? I think it's the best development environment because I like the UI a lot. Is it the best coding model? No, it's not. Opus 4.5 is. The way it interacts with you, the way it talks with you, the way it creates code, the way it creates Just the way you work with it is the best. A lot of other content creators, they'll tell you, oh, friggin' this other tool you've never heard of in your life's the best ever. Use it. And it's like, obviously it's not. Like, you're clearly just getting paid by that company. That tool obviously stinks. It obviously, like, if I were to tell you friggin', I don't know, what's a whatever tool, Vibe Code 101 tool, right? If I were to tell you that was the best tool and then you go use it and it stinks, you'll never trust me again. So I can't, like, lying to you right now or ever, lying to you ever would just be so stupid because I'm growing, I'm building my audience, and I'm going to recommend Vibe Code Tool 123, and then you're going to use it and it's going to stink on ice and you're going to be like, oh, I never trust Alex's opinion ever again. So any opinion I give, anytime I say this is the best, this is incredible, trust me, and I'm saying I truly believe it's the best or it's incredible. In $100, there's no option for Opus 4.5. Yes, there is. I have, do you know how I know that? John does 461. I have multiple Claude Code accounts because I want all those tokens. And the account I'm currently using is a $100 a month plan. And we're writing on Opus. So you're going to want to John does 461. You're going to want to John does type in /model and switch to Opus 4.5. It's giving me more options. Let's see what options they're giving me here in Claude Code. Should the homepage include a hero section featuring an app of the day or top trending app? No. Let's do a subtle highlight. I like a subtle highlight. Let's do a subtle highlight. What's your preferred implementation approach? A full redesign, update all components and pages at once for a cohesive launch. Incremental, start with app card and homepage and expand other pages, core only. Let's do incremental. See, like, it's just building stuff and it stops halfway through. And it's like, oh, wait, I'm working on this thing. What do you want to change about this? And ask a couple questions. I love that. I love that way of working with a model. Submit answers. I love that. I didn't know about that Claude front-end design skill plugin. Going to definitely check it out. Don't like switching back and forth between modals. Yeah. Models. Yeah, it's excellent. Install it. Install the Claude design skill. It's the best. I honestly believe it's the only Claude skill you need. People complain about Claude being too expensive, but the problem is the price. It's their priorities. Yeah. Like, there's just so many hypocrites in this world. And what I mean by that is like, oh, Claude Code's too expensive. $100 a month? That's too much. That's too much. And then they go to the bar and spend $300 on booze. I had a friend one time use a health-conscious friend. I'd go like, hey, let's get a slice of pizza. Oh, no, too much carbs in pizza. I'd go, hey, let's get some sandwiches. Oh, the bread, too much carbs. I'm watching my carbs. And then every weekend he'd go out and he'd drink 10 Miller Lights. You know how much carbs are in beer? Like 3 beers is like a whole loaf of bread. People make rules for their lives when it's convenient for them. Right? But there's so many of the rules are hypocritical. Oh, Claude's too expensive. Then you go and you spend $800 on Fortnite power-ups a month. Reorder your priorities. Oh, wow. Look at this plan. Look at this plan. Editorial tech. Look at this plan. Homepage, approach. Look at the philosophy, sophisticated content forward presentation. I'll make this bigger so you can see it. I kind of made it hard to read. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, okay. Look at this plan, baby. Let's go back to the top of this plan. Direction, editorial tech. Every app feels like discovery. Serif headlines, warm color palette with vibrant orange accent. I don't know if I like the vibrant orange accent. I don't know why they do that. They always have like neon vibrant colors. Smooth animations with confident motion. Let's just do it. Frig it. Yes. Build it out. One last look at the UI. One last look at the UI before it redoes all of it so we can compare the before and after. Here's the before. I'm going to screenshot it. screenshotted. We're going to do a before and after. If your app becomes successful like Creator Buddy, any advice on how to support it at that scale? At what point do you need to hire staff and support the app? Says Bobby Lane Films. Well, I'm hoping, Bobby Lane, from a support perspective, I'm hoping that technology grows into that. And what I mean by that is right now, there's not much tech out there for solo builders that support them in maintaining multiple big apps. And so I'm hoping if this, and I don't even know if this is my next app I'm launching, but I'm hoping if this is my next app I launch and is super successful, that by the time it becomes super successful, there's enough AI tech out there to support me where all that can be supported and automated. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want to hire more people. I find margins really important. I don't want to operate at a loss. I'm not interested in operating at a loss. I want to operate on a profit at all times, right? Like for my YouTube, I do all my own editing. I do have a thumbnail creator who I pay like $30 a thumbnail for, but I do all my own editing, and I could hire an editor for like $4,000 a month, but $4,000 is how much I'm making in ad revenue on YouTube. And so if I buy an editor, all my margin is gone. Now I'm operating at a loss. I don't want to operate on a loss. I want to be profitable so I can afford to live and survive. I want to find creative ways where I can do all these things myself, but also save time. I want to do the impossible where I'm saving time and not hiring people. And I think I'm finding processes to do that. If you truly work hard on it and like you build your editing skills and you find the right editing software, you can edit your own videos for free and do it as fast as giving it to someone else. I edit all my own videos. It takes like 20 minutes now. It's no big deal. So instead of spending $4,000 a month, I just spend 20 minutes editing my own videos. So if I launch multiple successful apps, which I fully plan on doing, and becoming a billionaire off of it, which I fully plan on doing, I'm going to do it all by myself. I want to be the first one-man billion-dollar business. I want to be the first one-man billion-dollar business. You want to learn how to do that too? Stick with this channel. Stick with this channel because all I'm going to do is create content on how to do that, right? I'm just documenting my journey of a one-man billion-dollar business. I'm just documenting that journey of getting there. And as I learn things, as I find tools that help, I'll share it with you. I'll share it with you, kind viewer. So do me a favor and subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a like. And if you want the Claude Code Masterclass and joining my community, hit up the Vibe Code Academy, link down below in the description if you want to join the community. They spend money on nonsense, but when a tool shows up that actually gives them an advantage and cuts months off the build process, suddenly $100 is too much. Yeah, people's priorities are all wrong. People's priorities are all wrong. Opus is so good, I think I'm going to bump up to the $200 a month plan. Yeah, if you're hitting the limits, you should. You can see, this is kind of cool. You can see the UI updating in real time over to the right here. I'm probably going to change the orange, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It kind of feels like AI to me, but we'll see what happens. Sam A is he. I heard Sam Altman's watching right now, actually. I've been told that. I have some inside sources at OpenAI that text and DM me, and they actually sent me a picture of him in front of his monitor with me up on it, which is kind of cool. So everyone say hi to Sam in the chat. Sam Altman. If you don't see the value, you're not ready to build anything anyway. For someone who's serious, $100 is the smallest cost in the journey. In the long run, it'll be pure compute. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't know about that. Rasmo. I don't know about that. Why? Why is it's pure compute in the long run? I don't agree with that. Give me an argument why. What evidence do you see today, Rasmo, that tells you it's pure compute in the long run? If it's anything about pure compute, then why is Claude Code winning? Why is Claude Code winning? Eventually, I will die. Does that mean I should give up now? So should I use Claude only for coding? Yeah, I think it's the best coder. I use ChatGPT 5.1 thinking for chat. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Did it redo the UI? Let's see where Claude Code's at here. What's different? Before, heavy 3-point blackboards. After, subtle 1-pixel borders, warm color palette, generous white space, magazine quality presentation. All right, let me reset the server. Okay, it looks different. Let's see. Let's see what the new UI redesign looks like. All right. I don't know. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like. AI does this to me all the time, man. Where like they'll do white text on white background, and it makes it hard to freaking judge anything. I gotta send. So you might be seeing this. Like there's like white text on white background here. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Always screenshot when you got visual bugs. Oh, I know a good test. There's a lot of white text on white backgrounds here. Screenshot. Send. I say we pop open anti-gravity. And now we're going to have anti-gravity redo the UI. A lot of people chirping. Gemini 3 is the best UI. Gemini 3 is the best UI. All right. Let's prove it then, huh? File, new window. Let's open the same project up. In anti-gravity. And then we're going to ask it to redesign the UI. And we're going to see what's better. Anthropic cooked up some sort of secret sauce that made Opus 4.5 such a leap. And that's a secret sauce does not involve throwing compute at it. 100%. You nailed it. There's more to the equation than pure compute. Saying it's all about compute, you're looking at it too simplistically. It's too easy of an explanation. Opus 4.5 was such a giant leap. Such a giant leap. I mean, the biggest leap in coding AI maybe ever. Over all the competition. Gemini, ChatGPT, all of it. So clearly they're doing something different. Clearly, they're doing something different other than buying more GPUs. Clearly. You don't have that kind of leap over the Googles of the world, over the OpenAIs of the world, unless you're doing something different. And clearly, the other companies don't know what that is. Or else they would catch up, but they haven't been anywhere close. Stupid question. Can Claude edit files in the code base? Yes. It's kind of its whole thing. Compute is not the X factor. Look at DeepSeek, Minimax. None of those companies have anywhere near the compute of any of the big three, or are knocking it on the doorstep. Yep, 100%. Hey, Alex, I'm interested in your school community. What kind of resources are there in the community? Well, many different things, El Magnifico. There's an entire full-length Claude Code Masterclass where you'll build an entire AI app in 21 days, beginning to end, even if you've never coded before. There are weekly calls every Friday where you can ask me questions, technical advice, whatever. We're doing a call right after this live stream in an hour where you can ask me questions, do whatever. There's an entire community where you can ask questions too. I give starter app templates, so you get a bunch of apps for free that you can download and use to build your own apps. There's monthly codeathons and hackathons, so you can build your own apps to compete against other people. I give away a bunch of Claude credits and money every week in there. So there are a ton of resources in that school community, which is linked down below in the description. We'd love to have you in it, El Magnifico. How come you're running Claude Code in VS Code, not the Claude desktop app? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be very honest with you, Joe Hernandez, 1812, about why I'm using the CLI and not the desktop app. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Brutally honest with you. I do think the Claude desktop app is better. I unfortunately was late to waking up this morning, and I went to the gym right before I did this live stream, and I got back maybe 3 minutes before the live stream started, and I didn't have any time to prepare to set up my desktop for things I was going to do on this stream. And so when the stream started, I opened up Claude desktop, and I'm building literally 14,000 projects at the same time. And I did not want to sit there and open up this project in Claude Desktop and sit there and search through 20,000 folders to look through the project I wanted to build when I already had it open in VS Studio. So it was purely to save time because I was in a rush, because I woke up too late, because it's Monday, and because, yeah, it just would have took too much time. So pure, like, bad schedule management is why we are in Claude Code in the CLI rather than Claude Desktop. All right, so I'm going to be honest. Claude Opus 4.5 is the greatest AI coding model of all time. This UI stinks on ice. So we are going to do this. We are going to go into anti-gravity because everyone and their mothers is chirping. They're all chirping. Gemini 3 is the best UI model on planet Earth. Gemini 3 is the best UI model. Okay, prove it, Gemini 3. I'm building... We'll zoom in here so you can see it. I'm building an AI vibe code app store for solo built vibe code apps. It also has social functionality. Take a look through all the code so you can understand how the app works and what the ideal user experience should be. Then let me know when you're done. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is have anti-gravity in Gemini 3. Just look through the app, see all the features and functionality, how it works, understand how it works. Then we're going to have it redo the entire UI because everyone tells me Gemini 3 is better for UI. Well, we're about to find out. I'm going to screenshot, again, the current UI that Claude just made. I screenshotted the older one before that. Then Gemini 3 is going to update it. Then we're going to put all 3 screenshots next to each other, and you're going to decide which UI we use. And we're going to find out once and for all which model builds the best user interface, Gemini 3 or Claude Code. How to end your vibe coding error loop that eats all your AI credits, says Robert Turner 1550. Well, first use Claude Opus 4.5 because I haven't gotten any of those error loops since using Opus. Second, be very clear about the error and what you're seeing. So screenshot everything you see and then copy all the errors you're seeing from the browser console as well as the network console. And for those who don't know where those consoles are, I'll show you right now. When getting errors, again, screenshot. So if you're on Mac, Command Control Shift 4 allows you to screenshot. Then get any errors in the browser console. So right click, inspect. That opens up a browser console. You click console in that window that pops up. Copy any errors there. And then also copy any errors in your network log. So your network console. That's going to be inside of the terminal. So wherever your server is running of your app, this is your network. I am not opening up the right. Here we go. So these are your network logs here when you run your server. So any errors you see there, copy and paste that into Claude Code as well. If you do that, ooh, voice is cracked, hitting puberty. If you do that, if you screenshot what you're seeing, show all the errors in the console log, show all the errors in the network logs, give it to Claude Code, I promise you're not going to get an error loop. You can't be voice cracking here on live stream. I got to do a friggin' community call after this, and then I have to record a YouTube video. We have too many things going on today for the voice to be cracking at noon. And there's a Patriots game on tonight. So I got to be able to yell during that game as well. Is the Vibe store open yet? No, we're building it right now. Hey, Alex, last time I was able to attend your live, I was trying to see if you have tried Tracer before. It's incredibly good at planning, YOLO orchestration, and variation review. I'm going to be honest, ambitious realism creates, I'm not going to try it. Too much going on. Claude Code works for me. I'm all about simplicity. I'm all about simplicity, and I'm not going to add a tool that does planning. I think Claude Code Planning is incredible. I've never had one issue with Claude Code Planning. Never had an issue with Claude Code Planning. So I'm not going to add more tools to my stack when I have no issue. Like, I'm only going to add tools to my stack when it has like a legitimate giant leap. Like a legitimate giant leap in improvements. I've never tried Tracer, but my guess is going to be it's not a giant leap over Claude Code when it comes to planning. Because Claude Code's strength is planning. That is their strength. Like, every day I have, and this is no, I like you, Ambitious Realism. I like you. This is not me attacking you. This is not me attacking you. Every day I get 40,000 people asking me, have you tried this? Have you tried this MCP? Have you tried this subagent? Have you tried this / command? Have you tried this plugin? Have you tried this code review tool? Have you tried this code planning tool? Have you tried this doc MCP server? And it's like, if I implemented every plugin that people are talking about, every MCP server, every plugin, every third-party tool, I would have 40,000 tools running to do something that Claude Code does plenty good for me right now. I mean, I built out an entire app with Claude Code that does tons and thousands of users. I just don't need another planning tool. Have you tried the Claude extension in anti-gravity? Well, I'm sure it works the same. Anti-gravity is just a Visual Studio fork, so I'm sure it's going to work the same as it does anywhere else. The best is Windsurf with Opus 4.5s. The best is Windsurf with Opus 4.5? Why? Why? Why is the best way to vibe code Windsurf with Opus 4.5? Do you discuss your deployment stack in your school? Is it Vercel? Yes, I do. I go through the entire deployment stack and how to implement it. And then this week, I'm going to give you a free app I'll just give to you that has the stack and you can just build on top of it. It is Vercel. I have 100 max in Opus 4.5. It's depth there and I haven't hit the throttle yet. It's awesome. Yeah. I'm finding the Claude desktop app is freezing up a lot while in Claude Code. I haven't experienced that. That hasn't been my experience. I haven't seen that once. I got $90 worth of usage for my $100 plans. It is a bargain if you're serious. Yeah, you might as well start the $100 plan. You might as well start the $100 plan. You don't need to go straight to 200. All right. So anti-gravity understands the app. I'm going to say, okay, perfect. Here's what we are going to do. I want to redesign the entire UI. Right now, I think it's very ugly and feels like AI slop. I want it to be modern and feel nice to use and look great. Can you build a plan to redesign the UI so it's awesome based on the user experience? Enter planning mode. So we're going to have Gemini 3 redesign our UI. As it's doing that, leave a like. Let's get the we've been growing this entire, we're up to 130 people. That's awesome. Leave a like. Let's get this party bigger. More people in here talking, chatting, sharing ideas. You still haven't managed to eliminate all mention Gemini app hunt. Yeah, I don't want to reveal the name just yet. So I'm leaving it at Gemini app hunt. Yes, I've learned so much from you. Hey, thank you. Oh, we got Twitch in the house. Someone from Twitch. Hi, I want to ask your opinion about vibe coding. What do you think is the future of these tools? Should beginners first learn programming languages and frameworks the traditional way, or can they start directly with vibe coding? I'm really curious to hear your perspective. Says Musabek. Musabek. Great question. Great question. Musabek. Just go straight into vibe coding. Go straight into vibe coding. Do not waste your time taking courses on regular traditional coding and tech and all that. No need. The best way to learn to do something is just by doing it. The best way to learn to do anything is just by doing it. Not you just do it. right? So download Claude Code, open it up, and start vibe coding and building an app. Will you get confused? Yes. Will you get lost? Yes. Will it be very difficult? Yes. But who says everything in life should be easy? Why should everything in life be easy? You should be pumped it's going to be difficult, Musabek. You should be pumped it's about to be really difficult, because that means you're going to conquer something really difficult. It's a lot more satisfying and fun to conquer something difficult than to conquer something easy. So just get Claude Code, pop it open, give an idea for an app. If you have no ideas for an app, then literally say, hey, I have no ideas for an app. Help me find an idea. It'll help you find an idea. Then you start building it out. Brandon Seguil says, Sam Altman, give me a job. He is watching right now. Sam, reach out to Brandon, give him a job. Maybe the executive team. Like we discussed last week, the cost isn't comparable to subscription. It's comparable to 24/7 employee. Yes. So China is claiming they're doing things on much less compute, which could be the truth. 100% could be the truth. I wouldn't be surprised. At the same time, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they are underselling how much compute they're using, because it is illegal for them to be buying a lot of the NVIDIA chips. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are going around the rules to get the NVIDIA chips and underselling how much compute they're using. What is anti-gravity doing here? See, I mean, this is why Claude Code's better. This is why Claude Code's better. My prompt was, I want to redesign the UI. Can you build a plan to redesign the UI? That was my prompt. And I'm in plan mode. I'm in plan mode in anti-gravity. I say, I explicitly say, build me a plan to redesign the UI. What does anti-gravity in Gemini 3 do? What do? Well, they build a plan. They build a plan without discussing anything with me. They just build the plan. Then they immediately go into building it out. They're building it out. It even says, please review the plan. It says, please review the plan, and then let me know what you think. And then it just it proceeded with plan. I didn't click yes or no. It just proceeded with the plan. Now it's just building it out. I have no idea what it's building. It's just building it. Like, was Claude Code's UI pretty crappy? Yeah. But like, I feel like I at least had control over it. This is just building stuff. I explicitly in plan mode said, build me a plan. And it just started building stuff. That's why Claude Code's king. And people are like, oh, compute's going to win. Google has more compute than anyone. They're building and using all these TPUs and not giving it to anyone else. They have more compute than anyone. And Claude Code's clearly better than Gemini 3 for coding. It just is what it is. Hello. Great content from my favorite AI guy, says watch and listen. Hey, watch and listen. Thanks for watching and listening and chatting. I appreciate that. Why don't you use Cursor, and what's the best IDE, says Aishma. Aishma, why don't I use Cursor? Because Claude Code's the best. What do I think is the best IDE? I think anti-gravity is the best IDE because of the agent manager interface. I think the agent manager interface is really cool. But yes, you can use Opus 4.5 inside Cursor. But here's the thing. Opus 4.5 is best inside Claude Code. Claude Code is the best coding harness in the world. Obviously, Claude Code's built by the same people who made Claude Opus, so they understand the model the best, so they can harness it the best. Claude Code is clearly the best coding harness there is. And I tried Cursor. Cursor 2.0 is fantastic. Fantastic update from the Cursor team. Coffee's still warm from 5 hours ago. Shout out Yeti. Coffee's still warm from 5 hours ago. Shout out Yeti. I'm not using cursor because Claude Code's better. Tell it to use a color palette of your choice. Well, it didn't even give me a choice. It didn't even give me a choice. It just started building. You're going to see what it's building in a second. I'm looking at the UI it's building right now. Here's a spoiler. It doesn't look better than Claude Code. It doesn't. And I will say this. If I were to be biased right now, I would be pumping Gemini 3 out the wazoo. Why would I be pumping Gemini 3 out the wazoo if I was biased? Because no one from the Anthropic team follows me or reaches out to me. No one from the Cursor team follows me or reaches out to me. No one from the OpenAI team follows me or reaches out to me. Everyone from the anti-gravity and Gemini team, not everyone, most people from the Google anti-gravity team follows me and reaches out to me and asks for feedback. So if I were to be biased for my friends, using the term friends loosely, I'd be pumping the hell out of Google Gemini and anti-gravity. But the good thing is I'm not biased. I'm honest. And even though no one from the Anthropic or Claude team reaches out to me, even though I pump their tool 24/7, 365, it's the best one. When you come to this channel, when you come to the Alex Finn Vibe Coding YouTube channel, you will always get unbiased facts and truth and nothing else. The anti-gravity team's in my DMs looking for feedback, trying to improve it, get me the latest versions. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like what's going on here. All right, so it finished. Walkthrough of the Midnight Glass UI. What is this? Walkthrough? What happens when I click open on this? What's gonna happen? It's gonna walk me through the UI? What does this do? It's giving me this option. It redesigned the UI. Now I'm getting this option. Walkthrough. Is it going to walk me through the UI? What's going to happen when I click this open button? I've never seen this before. Walkthrough. Walkthrough of the Midnight Glass UI redesign. Should I click open? All right. I'm clicking open. It doesn't do anything. Doesn't do jack squat. Literally nothing's happening. Am I supposed to have Chrome open? Am I supposed to open up Google Chrome here? I'm going to try it again. Open. No, it's not doing anything. Doesn't do jack. Doesn't do jack. Walkthrough does not do jack. Oh! Sorry. Apologies. The walkthrough is just this file right here. Apologies. It's right in front of me, right in the middle of the screen. I was expecting like an actual walkthrough. I wasn't expecting like just a text file. All right. That's on me. That's on me. Please seethe in the comments on Twitch. We're not at war with Twitch. YouTube, we're not at war with Twitch. We're not at war with Twitch. We welcome our Twitch friends in. We welcome our Twitch friends in. I don't advertise that I'm on Twitch. I just want my Twitch to naturally grow over time. I don't advertise it at all. That's on me. The walkthrough's right in the middle of the screen, right in my face. Okay. I've successfully redesigned the Gemini app hunt. Go patch Drake May for MVP. That's what I'm talking about. Claude does the planning in Tracer. It does the planning in Claude Code. I am only bringing it to your attention because I think you're great and it is a tool worth looking at. You get to select the model that does the planning and the coding. You get to select the tool that does the planning and the coding. Yeah, I want to select it. It's Claude Opus 4.5, and I do it both in... Yes, I use Windsurf. It's cheap and have Opus 4.5. Check the pricing page. They also have unlimited models. Yeah, but Claude Code's the best. Have you tried parallel agents in Claude Code Desktop? Claude Code Desktop. Yes, it's great. It's fantastic. That's why the desktop version's so good. I'm a fan of vibe coding. I forgot to put on socks before this live stream. Now my feet are freezing. My feet are so cold. I would do anything to have a pair of warm socks on my feet right now. Anything, but I can't get up. I don't want to get up and get the socks. I got to fight through. I'm a fan of vibe coding. I saw an article yesterday that says it's a path to breaking everything down the track with the app. I don't know what that means, but I like it. I'm a fan of vibe coding. I saw an article yesterday that says it's a path to breaking everything down the track with the app. I have no idea what that means, but I like it. Thank you, David Bryson. Don't know what you just said to me, but I like it. Vibe coding creates a new pathway to learn about coding. Once you've been into it for a while and you've seen code, you'll start to learn the patterns, like learning Spanish by just going to Spain. Yep, exactly. All of your videos have a thumbnail saying this changes everything. I don't know if it's worth learning any of these CLIs, as there will be something new that changes everything every 2 weeks, says Ashwin Rocks 95. This is the number one complaint I get about my videos. This is the number one complaint I get about my YouTube videos in the comment section. When people complain in the comment section, this is the number one complaint I get. Which is, oh, every 2 weeks you say something's the best ever. I'm about to sneeze. I'm like my nose is starting to wind up for a sneeze. You know what I'm talking about? Like you're starting to feel the tingle like right here of the sneeze coming. And so like you're preparing yourself. I'm mid tingle right now for a sneeze. And what I used to do when I'd get these complaints in the replies of every single one of my videos is respond and explain. And then eventually, like, I just get so many of them. I'm like, I'm done explaining myself. I don't care anymore. So I don't even respond anymore. Do people understand what we're in the middle of right now? Do people understand what we're in the middle of? We're in the middle of the greatest arms race in human history. AI is the greatest arms race, bigger than the nuclear bomb arms race. This is bigger than that. AI is the biggest arms race in American human civilization history. Not American US civilization, human history, biggest arms race. These AI companies are in multi-trillion-dollar races to build AGI. My question to you is this, Ashwin Rocks 95. Why on earth would any of these AI companies release a new model or product that isn't the best ever? Can you imagine what would happen if ChatGPT comes out with ChatGPT 6 and it's like worse than ChatGPT 4.0? They'd be dead. Their company would fold overnight. They'd lose all their customers and they'd all be fired and they'd all lose their job and trillions of dollars of market value would be lost. And the US economy would probably crash. Could you imagine what would happen if Gemini 3 came out and it wasn't the best model out? Like it was like worse than Gemini 2? Google would immediately lose $1 trillion of market cap if that happened. So of course, every model that comes out is going to be the best ever and change everything. Right? We're not talking about cheeseburgers here, right? If I were a cheeseburger reviewer and I go restaurant to restaurant reviewing cheeseburgers and I said every cheeseburger I eat's the best I've ever had, then yeah, you have a right to question me because cheeseburgers aren't in an arms race to evolve and get better every time a new cheeseburger comes out, right? Cheeseburgers are cheeseburgers. And if I go to 1,000 different cheeseburger restaurants and I say 1,000 times this is the best to ever do it, then you shouldn't trust me. But there's no cheeseburger arms race going on. There's no pressure to make the greatest cheeseburger ever. But there is an AI arms race. And so if they release Claude Opus 6 next week, and it's worse than Claude Opus 4.5, Anthropic's dead as a company. So every new model that comes out needs to be the best ever. Like imagine if Apple releases the iPhone 18 next year, and it's like worse than the iPhone 11. Obviously, the new iPhone is going to be better than the last one. So all the people going in the reply section complaining, oh, why do you always say it's the best ever? Why do you always say it changes everything? Because it is the best ever. And every model does change everything. Because these companies have guns to their heads saying, hey, improve the technology before the opponents win. And so they're constantly releasing new things that are better and better and better and better. Like, is that shocking? Is that weird? That companies, when they release new things, it's better than the last one? And I will say this with one exception to everything I just said. There's one exception, and that is Claude Code's been the best AI coding tool since it released in February. At no point has any of the other vibe coding tools been better than Claude Code since it released. So it is what it is, baby. I don't reply to those replies anymore. I just wanted to make that clear on here. Can you use Claude CLI terminal inside VS Code but still ask questions like the extension? If so, is it not only Slender Morris Furnishings? Is that a yes? You can. But number two, it asks questions better. Oh, you guys want it? Did you guys want to see? All right, so here it is. It's already open. Everyone's saying, I got to the point in the comments where everyone's saying it's already open. It's already open. It's already open. It's in the middle of your screen. It's already open. Sorry. Didn't see it. All right. Here we go. You want me to answer this question? People keep asking me, is Gemini 3 the best for designing front end? Is Gemini 3 the best for designing front end? Is Gemini 3 the best for designing front end? Well, we just asked Gemini 3 to redesign our entire front end. And it completed. It finished. So let's do this. Let's review the UI I designed, then review the UI Claude Code designed, and then finally review the UI Gemini 3 designed. And then you guys will vote on which one's the best. Vibe coding is essentially you plus Claude Code, Iron Man in development mode. Yes, Muzabic from Twitch. The Twitch community dialing in. I love it. This channel changes everything. Yes. Some of the new AI models are mid, though. Which new AI models are mid? Which new AI models have come out that you think are mid? Roger G, 6134. All right, you guys ready? I just started following you in the last few days, by the way. It says David Bryson 79. Hey, David Bryson. I appreciate you following. The article was suggesting that the app would break from using vibe coding later. Is there any truth to that? No. The people who say the vibe coded apps are like trash and will break and have bad security are idiots. Anyone who says vibe coded apps are slop and bad and broken are idiots. Idiots, 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 idiots. I've had Creator Buddy running for over a year now. It's 100% vibe coded. 100% vibe coded, this app. It's making $300,000 a year. It's not broken. It's never broke. I've never had broken parts to it. I've had security experts go in, take a look at it. They all said security is flawless. It's a skill issue. Anyone who says, oh, vibe coded apps are broken, they're just jealous of vibe coded apps. All right, let's see which one has the best AI. Have you found that the pass-through products like Lovable, Aura, Manus, etc. can still create better UI than the bare models? I haven't seen that. All the UIs kind of seem the same to me. Kind of below average. You can't just say make a UI. You have to really prompt it hard. But yeah, why would you release a one-shot app? All right, let's review the UI. Is Gemini the best at creating UI? First, we are going to review the original design of the UI that I did by prompting it in Claude Code. Here's the original design of the UI. Soak it in with your eyeballs. So for the vibe-coded app store we're building, here is what the UI looked like. Originally, this is the original design. Is it the best? No. Is it good? I'd argue no. So that is the original design. Then we asked Claude Code to redesign it. Here's what the Claude Code redesign looked like. Maybe a tad better. Maybe a tad better, but still not great. Still pretty poor. I'd say it still looks like AI slop. Gemini 3. So then we had, everyone's going in the chat. Everyone's in the chat yapping. Gemini 3 is the best. Gemini 3 is the best. Gemini 3 can do the best UI. Gemini 3 is the best UI. So we had Gemini 3 redesign the UI. You ready? Here's the Gemini 3 UI redesign. I'd argue it's the weakest of them all. I'd argue this is the worst UI of all of them. I'd argue it's the sloppiest AI slop out of all of them. I'd argue this is the worst. And it broke. I'd argue that's the worst. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means. I'm getting a lot of comments that look like this. Oh, are you two talking to each other, Nico Sora and this other person? I'm just going to be straight up. I can't read that language. I don't know what that says. I'm not going to be able to respond to these messages because I don't know what they say. I'm just going to be honest with you. Let's go back in. Let's go. We can try one more thing when it comes to the UI. Which is, let's do this. Can you give me a quick description of our app that I can feed to another AI to give me a UI design? Just like 5 or 6 sentences describing what the app does. Why Alex can't see my comments, says Obed. I can see your comments. I'm seeing it right now. Japanese. We're talking Japanese? Unfortunately, I can't speak Japanese. Unfortunately, I can't do it. All right, we're going to go to AI Studio. Let's see if AI Studio can build a better UI than this. Was this from scratch or update to existing design? The first one was from scratch. The second two were from the existing design. All right, we're going to AI Studio. Please build me a great user interface for an app that matches this description. Build. Let's see if AI Studio is a better harness for Gemini 3. Thank you so much for your work. I really appreciate your experience. You share your knowledge with us, and it's really valuable. Hey, I appreciate that. Musabek. I appreciate that. Next project, create an AI agent chat mod that can translate the kanji. All right, what is that? What is that? Let me be honest, I don't know what that means. Is that the language? What's the last word there? Is that the language? You had better luck with Gemini 3 than I did. I tried. It gave me a complete app description, a couple of example screenshots. You got nothing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gemini 3 just seems to be buggy. There's a lot of rough edges with Gemini 3. Oh yeah, should we try V0 as well? Let's try V0 as well. V0 dot V0.app. Let's do the same thing with V0. Let's see what interface that comes up. We'll see which one's the best. A little UI benchmark test here. Which AI is going to come up with the best UI? We're about to find out right now. I say I use Windsurf. It's cheap and have Opus 4.5. They also have unlimited models. What does that mean, unlimited models? As in, like, there's some models you can use an unlimited amount of times? Is that what that means? Like, no usage caps? Is that what that means? What does that mean? You get unlimited requests of GPT 5.1 models inside Windsurf. For how much a month? You get how much a month do you have to pay with Windsurf to get unlimited? All right, so here's Gemini 3 inside AI Studio. It's actually not bad. I mean, it still looks like AI, but it feels a little bit cleaner. I do like, it feels a little bit cleaner. What do you guys think? Do you like this UI better than the other ones we had? Can I click around? Yeah, I can click around. Oh. Submit app. I mean, it still has that kind of purple and blue gradient hackathon. It's not bad. It's kind of clean. Ask it to make a modern bento grid. What does that mean? Make a modern bento grid. Yeah, I think this might be the best one. Yeah, it's clean. Like, it could use improvement, but it's clean. I like it. Let's see what V0 has. V0 is still going. V0 is still going. Better UI. That's the best one yet. So people like this one the best. Let me screenshot this real quick. We're going to compare all the screenshots at the end to see which AI gives us the best UI. Which AI is the best UI builder. Subscribe, turn on notifications. We had new videos dropping this week. 3 or 4 new videos dropping this week. It is critical that everyone here subscribes and especially turns on new notifications. And if you want to support the channel, 2 ways to do it now. 2 ways to do it. You got the paid way and the free way. If you can afford it, we got the Vibe Coding Academy. Gets you a Claude Code Masterclass and weekly calls with me. That's the paid way. If you can't afford the paid way, that's totally fine. The best free way to support the channel is the moment I release new videos, you just open them up, leave a like, and watch to the end when I release them. And that's the best free way to support the channel. So you got a menu of options if you've ever learned something from me. If you've ever learned something from me, you got a menu of different options, right? You can do the free way where you just watch the videos and like them and enjoy them. Or you got the paid way, which is join the academy, learn a bunch of things, and hang out with me. Either one works, though. Making a modern bento grid. Let's see where V0 is. Oh, V0 is about to launch, I think. Go full screen on this? Full screen. Here's V0. The color scheme's horrible. But I'm going to be honest. I think I kind of like the layout. Like, we got it. I'm just going to say, get rid of this header. I'm going to say, we have to make one quick edit here. The hero image, the hero header is just way too big. You can't see any apps above the fold. Please get rid of it. Let's just make this quick fix here. Let's make this quick fix here. If the app looked like this, I don't know. I think I'd like it. Let's see what it fixes here. So we have we said bento grid. I don't know what a bento grid is, but I think this looks terrible. Never mind. Undo. Oh wait, can I just go back? Yeah, let's go back. Okay. I don't know what we did there. This bento grid thing, but that looked horrible. I don't know what a bento grid is, but whatever it just gave me looked horrible. Let's see what okay. So let me screenshot this. Let's go full screen here. All right, so we have is there any other apps? What other apps can I test out? Replit? What other apps can make cool UIs? Let me Google. Best AI sites for building cool UI. What's a Figma? Oh, Figma has one. Do we try out Figma? What's it called? Figma Build or something? Figma, is it Figma Build? Figma Make. All right. We're gonna find out what AI makes the best UI. Damn it. I hate when they allow you to do things and they only ask you to log in after you do the thing. That pisses me off. All right, let's see which one. Authenticated. All right, well then log me in, dude. All right, let's see which one makes the best UI. Yeah, all the people who wanted benchmarking. You're getting a mix of both. We're building and benchmarking at the same time. Google Stitch? Oh yeah, someone said something about Google Stitch. Google Stitch. Let's see what gives us the best UI. Here we go. Start a new web design. Try redesign for Nano Banana Pro. Redesign your existing app or site. Best use and attach screenshot. Should we try? Let's just try this regular version, then we'll do a redesign after. We're gonna find which AI is gonna make us the best UI. Replit has a new design UI. Hi, do you check your Twitch chat? Says Sushi25. Yeah, I do. I check my Twitch chat. I'm so frustrated, so I'm taking a break from the outdated LLMs. None of these models work well unless you feed the whole documentation, says Swizz Beats HD. Swizz, what the hell are you talking about? I'm taking a break from outdated LLMs. None of these models work well? What are you talking about? Swizz HD. What are you talking about? None of these models work well unless you feed the whole documentation? I don't want to get mean here, Swizz HD. But I'm going to say it. Skill issue. You're talking about the most revolutionary technology of our lifetimes. You're like, oh, they're all outdated and stink. Not using them anymore. What are you talking about? I built entire apps with vibe coding with these LLM. I built Creator Buddy all with Sonnet 3.5. I built and launched this app with Sonnet 3.5. And now we're on Opus 4.5. Swizz HD, I'd like to see you build back in my day. I'd like to see you build back in my day using Sonnet 3.5 inside Cursor. You're using Opus 4.5 and you're saying it's an outdated LLM that doesn't work? I built all of Creator Buddy, which is this really advanced AI app that analyzes all your tweets and content, all with Sonnet 3.5, which is, I don't know if anyone here used Sonnet 3.5 back in the day to build apps, but basically it never followed your commands and it constantly got in error loops. I would spend hours on the same error over and over and over again. So I don't know what the hell you're smoking out there, Swizz HD, but skill issue, buddy. Skill issue. Let's see what we got here. Figma's still going. Stitch is still going. V0. What do we think about V0? Do we like V0? Do we like the V0 AI UI? Or do we like the Google AI Studio UI? I kind of like the vibe of the V0 one. It kind of feels like a hacker's terminal or something a little bit. I kind of like that. Oh, this is a Twitch comment? Swizz HD coming from Twitch with that comment? Swizz HD, my brother. I mean, none of them get the liquid glass element right or any of the Swift iOS 26 features. Okay, well, I mean, if you're trying to do something super specific, Swizz HD, like liquid glass and Swift 6 iOS 26, then yeah, maybe you got to paste in a link to documentation. What do you think this is? Okay, yeah, if you want to do something super specific, Swizz HD, yeah, maybe you need to paste in a documentation link every once in a while. Stitch is doing stuff. What's Stitch doing here? It's making me an entire design board. What would you like to do with these designs? All right, so it gave me, what do I do? Click it? How do I zoom in? How do I like see it? Do I gotta like zoom in? How do I zoom in? 13%. Fit the screen. No, zoom in. Is this supposed to be the I mean, I don't like it. This might be the weakest of them all. It has no stank on it. You know what I'm saying? It has no zest. I don't like it at all. It's kind of boring. Maybe boring is good though. I don't know. Do people think this design is better than this design? Maybe they do. I kind of like this design. Here's Figma. I think this is the worst of them all. I mean, if you look up AI slop in the dictionary, this is what you get. Sonnet 3.5 is for peasants. Well, not back in the day. How many apps did you build besides Creator? Well, I built a ton. How many have I like built and like launched and like Creator Buddy's my main app I've launched and built and supported. I have a ton of side projects. I'd say my Creator Buddy's my first and only mainline major app. And I haven't finalized what my second mainline major app is. I'm doing a lot of experiments right now. I'm playing around with a lot of different things. I'm building a video game. I'm building an autonomous AI agent. I'm building this vibe coded app store. I'd say any of those three could potentially be my next mainline app. So Real Cruiser, how many apps have I built? Thousands. How many mainline? This is it. I'm putting my money down on this one. So I have to keep feeding Apple documentation for it to get right. I mean, yeah, if it's a new technology that's very specific for one framework, then yeah, maybe you have to Google liquid glass design Swift 6 and then you copy and paste it in. Is that difficult? Is that tough? Is that big of an inconvenience? I actually think that, listen, if that's so tough, Swizz HD, I get told all the time about EXA MCP server. It automatically finds the latest documentation. Are you still making a lot of money from Creator Buddy? Yeah, I think we're at like, we fluctuate between like 250,000 ARR and like 315,000 ARR. We've been fluctuating there for like 6 or 7 months now. We exploded upwards and we kind of hit 300,000 and then you go like 315, 275, 315, 250, 315, 290. We're kind of doing this for the last several months, which is fine. This is the only transparent YouTuber. LOL, no filters. Love it. I mean, this is day 2 of a 10-year sprint with AI. This is like day 2 of like a 10-year sprint with AI. You know, my YouTube following's at what, 55,000 subscribers right now? I think this is going to explode. Vibe coding AI is going to explode. I think I'm going to have 10 million subscribers by the end of this race, this AI race. At the least. At the least. Might be 50 to 100 million. So why would I, at 55,000 subscribers at the beginning of this race, right at the very beginning, do anything to betray trust by like taking a sponsorship from like a crappy app and then going around telling everyone this is the best app, this is the best app, this is the best app, when it actually stinks, right? I have to be transparent. I have to be open. I have to say when things are good. I have to say when things are bad. And this Figma one, I have to say, is probably the worst. Would people agree with that? This is the worst one. Figma worst. Stitch, that doesn't do anything for me. V0, I think this is cool. It's kind of grungy. It's kind of a little hard to read in some places, but I kind of like that. Can I try different things out here? No, you can't click anything. But I kind of like it, right? Then you have AI Studio. This was nice. This was clean. This was clean. I liked it. This might be the second best. V0 theme switch. You can easy switch designs. How do you switch designs easy? What do you mean I can easily switch designs? I don't know what that means. Oh, version 1 version. What's version 1 look like? Oh, that's with the header. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Add to code base. Run this command. That's sweet. Oh, you can see all the code. V0 is cool. I think I like the structure of the V0 one. Not sure about the colors. Yeah, I'm in the same place. I think I don't understand this blue, green, red. I think that's horrible. I think the blue, green, red thing's kind of horrible, but I like the structure of it a lot. I like the structure of it, I think. Stitch is like Figma. You can send a Google AI Studio to build out design. Yeah, but I don't think it looks good. Do you think it looks good? Yeah, but it still doesn't get it right even after I paste documentation. I scraped at every possible link I give Apple's using a script and I fed it to Cursor. Well, what are you using? You're using Cursor? My dude? Try out Claude Code, Swizz HD. Try out Claude Code. Try prompting it with actual design instructions. Context is everything, says Ambitious Realism. This is the first live stream we did where it's grown the entire time. From beginning to end, it's grown. That's pretty sick. I don't know if we're just growing as a channel or growing as a stream or the FinFam's just getting more popular, but this is the first live stream we did where from moment 1 to the last moment just did nothing but go up and to the right. Usually kind of goes up and then comes down. We have for the last 2 hours straight gone just up and to the right, which is pretty cool. Try prompting it with... But here's the thing Ambitious Realism creates. I don't know what design instructions. I'm not a designer. Like, this is what I lean on AI for. So I'm not a designer. I don't know what design I want. I just want to say design and make it look cool. And then it comes up with something cool. I'd argue out of all of these. So let's review the designs all the AIs came up with. So here's the one where it was up to me. I created this design. I don't think it looks good. Then Claude Code came up with this design. And anyone join, this is a vibe coded app store. So this is an app store for solo built vibe coded apps where you can see different apps and test them out. That's the one Claude Code came up with. Then there's the one that Gemini 3 came up with, which I think I closed out of. Localhost 3003. It's broken. It wasn't good, though. It wasn't good. Then there was the one that Google AI Studio with Gemini 3 came up with. So this is AI Studio. This is the first one. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. I like the structure. It's clean, easy to read. Doesn't feel like slop. Doesn't feel like slop. This is the first one that didn't feel like slop to me. Then there's V0. And let me know which one you guys think's the best. And let me know which one you guys think's the worst, too. And is it the cleanest? No. But I think is the color? The colors stink. I'd change all the colors. But I think I like it. And then there's Figma. I'd probably say this is the worst. This is probably the worst one. Like, this is the one that just yells AI slop, I think. I think this one yells AI slop. And then there's Stitch. Everyone was saying Stitch, 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 Stitch. I don't know. I'm not impressed. Kind of just looks like plain Jane generic app to me. Oh, yeah. It's boring. Go wild. Bro, don't get lost in all of this AI models. Use only Claude Opus in an ID like Cursor or Windsurf. No, use Claude Opus in Claude Code. That's the best way to use it. So using whatever Apple recommends is copying Apple. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's copying. Can you remove the gradients from the V0 design? Yeah, let's do that. I agree. The gradients are bad. Can you remove all the gradients so it doesn't look like AI slop? Rourke using Opus 4. If I've actually incorporated iOS 26 liquid glass elements into my app automatically. Well, there you go. Rourke. Shout out Rourke. I hear good things about Rourke. Use skills with Claude to make amazing UI. We did that, internal wisdom. The orange UI I showed you from earlier actually was Claude. V0 is still the best. You might want to adjust some of the color. Yeah, the colors are terrible, but I think the V0 one is the best. Hey, Alex, how do you reach first customers for Creator Bay? I'm on my way to ship my SaaS and thinking about the best approach, says Jinfa. Easy question, Jinfa. Create content. Share your journey. Start tweeting. That's nice. They remove the gradient. I like it. That's nice. I think V0 is the winner. Share your journey, Jinfa. Create content, tweet, create YouTube videos, share your journey with others. People will get invested in you. They'll get invested in your app. It's been 2 hours. Thank you all for joining. Please subscribe. Turn on notifications. Leave a like. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So turn on notifications for the live streams. I release videos like 4 times a week, so watch out for that. If you want to support me, you have 2 ways to support me. Vibe Code Academy, which includes weekly calls with me, which includes a Claude Code Masterclass. Link for the Vibe Coding Academy is down below. Sign up for that if you'd like. I'm doing a call in 1 minute. I'm jumping over to a call in the Vibe Coding Academy right after this. If you want to join that, you can join it. If you sign up right now, you can join that call. Doing it right now. Second way to support me is a free way to support me, and that is whenever I release videos, watch it and leave a like. Watch it to the end and leave a like. That's the freest way to support me. Either way works. I love you all. I hope you all learned something in this stream. I think we built some cool UIs. I think what we're going to do the next stream is unless they release new models we can review, keep working on this UI in V0 because I like this. I think I like this. Oh, there's base 44. People use base 44 too. All right. Love you all. If you missed any of this, feel free to watch the replay from the beginning. Love you all. Thank you for watching the stream. You make this so much fun for me to do. You guys are the best. Appreciate you all. We'll talk very soon. Love you all. Talk soon. Bye.